When you cross the border, illegally you commit a crime. The law is the law. La ley es la ley.
Arizona's immigration law, SB 1070, has sparked heated protests from both supporters and opponents on the streets of Phoenix. Governor Jan Brewer signed the divisive bill into law in April, which expands the powers of local police to arrest suspects believed to be in the country illegally and cracks down on day laborers like Mario Pucheta.
Pero sí, como quiera uno tiene miedo de que te vayan a detener o te vayan a deportar y todo.
While polls show a vast majority of Latinos oppose Arizona's law, and a federal judge even blocked the most contentious parts, 1070 has still split the Sotelo family in two.
But why do we need SB 1070? Why?
Because the government is not doing their job.
So how does SB 1070 affect us?
Efrain Sotelo supports the law.
But you don't have all the facts.
Yes, I do have the facts.
His wife, Shane, doesn't. Neither can seem to convince the other to see the error of their ways.
I think he's just very conservative by nature. I am vehemently against SB 1070. I don't think it gets to the root of the problem, and I do think it creates a racial divide.
But the thing that makes the Sotelo family stand out is that they are both Latinos. Mrs. Sotelo is a descendant of Spanish immigrants who grew up in Colorado. Mr. Sotelo, a black belt in Taekwondo, is an immigrant from Mexico.
I think of myself as a U.S. citizen first, and then a Hispanic. So 1070 hopefully would push the government, the U.S. government, to do something about the illegal immigration.
Mr. Sotelo is a law and order type. He owns his own business delivering court documents and usually votes Republican. 1070 has been a hot topic at the office.
I would have to say I'm for 1070. Not to have anything against anybody. I'm Latino also.
The reason I'm for it is because, when people illegally come here, they get public assistance.
It affects America a lot.
Right.
One of his main reasons for supporting the law is that he believes immigrants should come to America legally, like he did.
I would like to see more Hispanics succeed in the United States. And I think the only way we can do that is if we come here legally, do it the right way.
Mrs. Sotelo sees things differently. She is a grade school teacher who has taught the children of illegal immigrants and sees how the policies affect real people.
When this law passed, I had kids screaming, crying, because in their minds they would have to uproot themselves from a home they've known all their lives. It's much different and much more personal than when you're at a distance and you're kind of just able to turn your head and say, no, they shouldn't be here.
She tries to get her husband to understand that, without much success.
You were given your green card. I think you have a much different opinion than if you would have had to walk through, half barefoot at 10 years old. I think you'd have a much different opinion.
Maybe. To me, it takes more skill coming here illegally, finding somebody can bring you across, having to go through the desert.
That's called desperation.
Their good-natured arguing appears to be the foundation of a long and happy marriage. Still, Mr. Sotelo's views have put him in the minority in his household. His wife has managed to sway their two children to her point of view.
I mean, he has a good opinion, I guess. Like when I listen to him, it makes sense to me, but I don't really know why he would support something like that, especially him coming from Mexico and what they had to go through that.
Dad, shut up. Mom's right.
Good answer.